GLP-1 drugs have become one of the biggest profit stories on Wall Street, second only to AI, as these weight loss medications show promise beyond obesity, from heart disease to cancer and Alzheimer's. The science, the business opportunity, and the companies poised to benefit. It's our Barron's cover story this week. Jack Howe, our very own Jack Howe, wrote the story. This was really interesting, Jack. So it's not just your vain neighbor, that Hollywood person. GLP-1 drugs are for everyone and increasingly helping with all kinds of different things.
Yeah, they can help people lose a profound amount of weight, obviously. And so it's no surprise that they help with some conditions that are related to that. Sleep apnea, heart disease related to diet. But there are all sorts of diseases where these things are showing some effects. They're being carefully studied that really you wouldn't think of when you think of losing weight. As you mentioned, Alzheimer's, reducing your cancer risk, arthritis, psoriasis, all sorts of conditions. Researchers are increasingly saying that these drugs look like inflation modulators, not just appetite suppressants. And over the past couple of decades, a lot of research on many different kinds of diseases has pointed to chronic low-level inflammation as being an underlying
cause. Not inflation, but inflammation.
Not inflation. Okay. That's trouble, too,
okay,
of a different sort.
These being life-changing drugs in so many different ways, they have the profits to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the second biggest profit story on Wall Street behind artificial intelligence. If you look at a company like Eli Lilly, which is really the big winner here right now, that has already passed the likes of Walmart and Verizon in profit power. Over the coming years, I expect it will pass companies like Bank of America. I think it will be in sight of JP Morgan. We could reach a point close to the end of the decade where the only companies that are earning more than this are the AI giants out there. 4 years ago, I wrote about Lilly's entrance into this market, and there were estimates on Wall Street that the total size of the market could be 30 to 40 billion. That number looks quaint right now. Morgan Stanley just came out with a new estimate. They were at 150 billion. Now they say 190 billion. That's only from obesity and diabetes. It doesn't count all these other diseases that these drugs are being studied for.
So these drugs help us look good. Are the stocks attractive too?
I mean, the growth is enormous. Now, there's a big difference between the stocks. This is a duopoly, this market, between Eli Lilly out of Indiana and Novo Nordisk from Denmark. Novo is about half the price because Lilly has the more effective drug right now, so they're seeing more growth. They're expected, it's about 35 times earnings, the stock, so it's not cheap. They're expected to double their earnings over the next 5 years. And when you look forward about 5 years from now, this is a company that could be generating $60 billion a year in free cash. It's a profound amount of money for a drug company, and it's a big advantage when it comes to research or buying other companies to fill out your pipeline.
I also think the investing opportunity here could just be by going broader. We're talking about just an explosive growth of an industry, and where does that lead overall? And I think we had recommended at the Investor Circle just simply buying the biotech ETF, State Street's biotech ETF. You get broad, equal-weighted exposure across a lot of different healthcare stocks, and then you get M&A exposures. You talk about Eli Lilly making all of this money. What are they eventually probably going to do? Start buying some smaller, successful companies. If you go the ETF route, maybe you get access to one of those companies. Mergers and acquisitions, M&A expected to pick up about 15% in that industry. So I do think maybe just going ETF wrapper could be an interesting way.
Yeah, there are two small, not yet profitable companies that are developing drugs in this area that we mentioned in our story, Viking Therapeutics and Structure Therapeutics. I'll just circle back and say that when we're talking about the growth in these drugs right now, both Eli Lilly and Novo had pills come out for that this year. That's going to greatly expand the market. And they're just really scratching the surface on international expansion. And also Medicare, for the first time in decades. Medicare had a 2-decade ban on paying for weight loss drugs. They just lifted that as of July 1st. Seniors can get these drugs for $50 a month out of pocket.
So even the biggest blockbuster drugs eventually come off patent protection. Yeah. Are you worried about that?
Well, Novo has patent protection through 2031 and Lilly through 2036. And of course, they're both doing the patent dance. They're taking out patents on this or that formulation or this or that device. They're working on new drugs that are going to help them. But also, there are manufacturing constraints here. It's hard to make these injectables. UBS looked at the market and they said they think that the world's entire generic drug ecosystem will only be able to meet about 25 to 30% of demand by 2030. So even if they wanted to make generic versions of these, they're going to be hard pressed to make all of them.
Great pipeline. We're out of time. I will say one more thing that struck me in your story was the fact that they're getting better even at what they do already, which is, getting rid of your fat without getting rid of your muscle. That was very cool. Teresa and Josh have a pair of investment ideas, and if all this market volatility has you worried, Jack has a sleep at night investment idea for you. Stay right there.